Down here in New York City on Mother's Day. Whoa, what do we got here? Ed Sullivan Theater. What's going on there tonight? I don't know, we'll see. So are you going through Survivor withdrawals? Don't worry. I'm here to help you out. You see, Survivor One World isn't over until I say it's over. Now, as you may already know, I was fortunate enough to attend the finale live in New York City at the Ed Sullivan Theater. And it was all thanks to the rooster, Matt Quinlan. So without any further ado, let's get into my Survivor review. Week 14, baby! Woo! So let's start this story around 6 p.m. Sunday night, shortly after I picked up my Survivor One World tickets, which also happened to be rubber bracelets. Now I have to be at the Ed Sullivan Theater at 6:45, so I'm just killing a little time in the hotel lobby. So I'm looking around to find a seat, and I turn around, and this guy's like, "Hi, you're Trevor, right?" And immediately, "Oh my God," falls out of my mouth. You know, this show here, it's kind of niche, so I'm really not used to getting recognized by people I don't know. So once I got over my initial shock, I talked with this guy a bit. He's actually a really nice guy. His name is Mark. And he introduced me to a bunch of Survivor superfans that were hanging out in the hotel lobby. Now, as I later found out that night, there are two kinds of Survivor superfans. There are the normal ones, and then there are ones with the serial killer stare. But we'll get into that later, because right now I have to get to the Ed Sullivan Theater for the finale. So I walked on over, and that's when I filmed what you saw at the beginning of this show. And just before I'm going to walk across the street, I'm approached by this construction worker. So he starts to tell me his hard luck story, and I stop him mid-sentence. And I'm like, "Look, there's nothing I'd like more right now than to be scammed by you. I mean, obviously, that construction outfit has never seen a hard day of work in its life. Maybe next time you want to throw some dirt on yourself before you try and scam somebody. I've got a finale to go to." So I make my way across the street and get in line. And right away, an older gentleman starts talking to me. Really nice guy. As it turns out, he was Mike's boss's dad, who was there with his wife, and they are big Survivor fans. So we know who's bucking for a promotion. "Oh, your parents like Survivor, right? Well, here are 2 tickets. Oh, you know who'd be good for that promotion? A guy who looks like Carson Daly. Don't I look like Carson Daly?" Anyway, I'm waiting in line, and who shows up 4 people behind me? The godfather of Survivor, Richard Hatch. So I wasn't waiting in line very long before an Ed Sullivan Theater page or usher brought me to my assigned seat. And before sitting down, I went to the bathroom and I filmed this. I'm in the bowels of the Ed Sullivan Theater right now. I'm in a bathroom right now. And this is quite a little intimate little finale here. I'm surprised. Not a lot of seats. Very exclusive seats. Thank you so much, Matt. This is an honor. This is incredible. I'm excited, I'm pumped. I could get diagnosed with cancer today and I wouldn't care. I'd probably care tomorrow, but I wouldn't care today. Anyway, this is exciting. I'll keep you posted on what's going on. So after relieving myself, I go back to my assigned seat and I realize I'm sitting next to 2 beautiful ladies. One's a blonde and one's a brunette. And I'm thinking to myself, I like how this rooster rolls. So as it turns out, the blonde is Matt's girlfriend, Kayla, and she's super nice. So I'm thinking to myself, all right, Matt Quinlan, brother, high five. Nice catch. Now, if it wasn't for Kayla, I wouldn't have a bunch of the pictures I have of myself at the Ed Sullivan Theater, because she actually offered to take some pictures of me, which was really nice of her, because at that time, I was not thinking about pictures. I was thinking, oh my God, this is so cool. I'm at the Survivor finale. Wow. So then it's time to introduce myself to the brunette, who's sitting directly to my left. I said, "Hi, I'm Trevor." And she said, "Hi, I'm Eliza." Eliza as in 2-time former Survivor. Eliza as in one of the girls I nominated for Rob Sesternino's Miss Survivor contest. That Eliza, Eliza Orleans. Yep, that's the one. I was sitting next to her for 5 minutes, and I didn't even know it. Now, I gotta say, if you're gonna sit next to any survivor at a Survivor finale, Eliza is definitely top 1 or 2 that you want to sit next to. Because she's played this game twice before, so she knows it inside and out. And of course, she's easy on the eyes. I mean, come on. It was literally like sitting in the living room with a friend of mine who loves Survivor as much as I do. Because she'd make little comments here and I'd make little comments there. It was like the icing on the cake, the cherry on the sundae. It was amazing to have Eliza sitting next to me during this event. And on my right side, I had Mike's boss's parents sitting next to me. And like I said before, they love the show and they were ultra nice people. So I really lucked out where I was sitting. I could have ended up sitting next to
Jay's
friends and family who had never even seen Survivor before. So at this point, everybody's still getting situated, finding their seats. And as it turns out, Sonia, the first ever boot from Survivor, is sitting 2 rows directly behind me. Now, obviously, I'm a fan of Survivor. I've seen every season. But I wouldn't have been able to tell Sonia apart from a dusty, crusty hole in the wall. But fortunately, Eliza was on the ball and recognized her. Now, obviously, this wasn't Eliza's first finale, so she came prepared. She had granola bars, she had Twizzlers, and beef jerky. So every once in a while, out of the corner of my eye, I'd see, and for some reason, it cracked me up. So anyway, it's getting to be around 8 o'clock, and the show's about to start. Now, at this point, no one is on the stage. It's just the audience watching Survivor on all these screens throughout the Ed Sullivan Theater. The show starts and we finally get a full intro. Now, a lot is going to happen in the next 3 hours, so I'm going to condense it to just the high points. So before the first immunity challenge, Alicia starts talking about her favorite subject. Herself. I'm in control of this game. Me, I. Alicia, I know you have a huge ass, and it could probably pull a planet into orbit around it. But take a seat. The world doesn't revolve around you. Shocker, I know, but it doesn't. So then it's time for the immunity challenge. And this challenge includes a balance beam, a puzzle, and a lock. And Kim proves to be the master of unlocking, at least in this challenge, and wins her 3rd immunity in a row. The girl's a warrior, what can I say? So Kim's in a real interesting position. She can go with the Christina and Alicia alliance, or she can go with the Sabrina and Chelsea alliance. And it actually seems like she's leaning toward getting rid of Chelsea. Now Kim tells Alicia that Sabrina and Chelsea are going to be voting for her that night. Which brings me to Survivor Pro Tip number 93. You never want to be the decoy for the vote at Tribal Council. Because if something goes wrong, or somebody's lying to you, you're going home. So it's time to go to Tribal Council. So Jeff Probst asks the girls if they want to make one last statement before the vote, because one of the 4 is going home. Alicia says nope. So then it's time for the vote. And when it's all said and done, Alicia joins the jury. And the audience at the Ed Sullivan Theater cheers. So Kat says, she backstabbed me and Alicia. Well, welcome to Survivor, Kat. Glad you could join us. You would have said the same thing had she gotten rid of Chelsea or Sabrina. So in Alicia's final confessional, she says that she's pulling for Kim and that Christina sucks. That's funny, Alicia, because Christina is still in the game and you're not. So who's the one that sucks again? So back in the Ed Sullivan Theater, Eliza brings something to my attention. And I think all you rabid Survivor fans out there better take a seat and brace yourselves. There are 4 empty seats in the center section, the prime area in the Ed Sullivan Theater. Now I don't know if those seats were reserved for Nyanka, Purple Kelly, and their dates, but I do know that those 4 seats remained empty all night long. Anyway, let's get back to the show. So the girls get back to camp after Tribal Council, and Kim tells Christina that she's been lying to her all this time. To which Christina responds, "It's okay, I understand, it's only a game." Which brings me to Survivor Pro Tip number 17. Even if you feel that Survivor is only a game, Don't tell anybody that, because people who feel that Survivor is only a game make great jurors. Put them on a guilt trip. Make them sweat you on the jury. Tell them that you're going to make their life a living hell if you get voted out. So up next we have Fallen Comrades. And if you don't like it, I don't really care, because I like it. Now, instead of recapping what the survivors thought about their fallen comrades, I'm going to tell you what I thought about them. Courtney. I spoke with her briefly in the hotel lobby, and she is beautiful in person, and super sweet. Nina. Her husband was sitting directly behind me at the finale. And after one of the standing ovations, we cracked skulls. And I'm not talking about, oh, I just bumped my head. I'm talking about cracked skulls. Fortunately, I didn't make him look like her after the first challenge. By the way, both of them, extremely nice people. The Rooster, Matt Quinlan. This guy is a class act. He's the man. And I gotta say, he's got a lot of hero in him. Bill, may your future in comedy be as bright as that suit you were wearing on finale night. Probably won't be, but good luck to you anyway. Monica. Matt introduced me to Monica, and she was very engaging. She didn't know me from a hole in the wall, but she still took interest in my Survivor aspirations. Very classy woman. Colton. Now, I actually met Colton's boyfriend at the finale, and I'd have to say they're both going for that pudgy in a polo look. He seemed like a nice enough guy, but then again, I didn't really get to know him. Jonas Brother. Now, this guy made me laugh a lot this season, mostly on Ponderosa, and of course his final jury question. Unfortunately, I never got to meet him. Michael. I liked his boss's parents, and his mom was nice.
Jay. I got a lot of mileage out of Jay. He will be missed. But dang-a-dang.
Leaf. That little man never got into a boat, did he? Damn it! Troyzan. I was at the finale, I was at the after party, but I never met you. I'm bummed. Kat. Now, Matt introduced me to Kat at the after party, and this is the conversation. I shook her hand and I said, "It's a pleasure to meet you." And she said, "No, the pleasure is all mine." And that was it. Now, I don't know if she recognized me at all. Of course, the alcohol was flowing that night, so who knows. But there were a couple of meetings that I had that were a little bit awkward, but we'll get into that in a minute. Tarzan. This guy is a trip. Matt introduced me to him at the after party. I shook his hand and he's like, "Oh, all you young guys think you have to squeeze everybody's hand so hard. You're like an orangutan." And then he went off on a pervy tangent on Matt's girlfriend Kayla. Which wasn't creepy pervy, it was hilarious pervy. Which makes me think, is Tarzan a swinger? Maybe that's why that relationship has lasted so long. And finally, Alicia. Anyway, up next is the final immunity challenge. So Christina feels like she needs to win this challenge. If she doesn't, she's going home. It's do or die for her. She's putting it all on the line. And it shows, because in this competition, she's neck and neck with Kim. Unfortunately for Christina, Kim wins her 4th immunity in a row. So the girls go back to camp, and Christina confronts Kim. And she says, "It's me, isn't it?" And Kim confirms it.